Hello everyone, this is Arjun once again, and today we have the semi-final match between New Zealand and South Africa. So it's semi-final time now. Whoever wins will qualify for the final to be played in Ahmedabad on Sunday. South Africa seems to be the clear favorites because they haven't lost a match yet, and it's likely that they are going to win this match and go to the finals. They have seemed to be quite untroubled so far. So, other than the match against Afghanistan, where there was a double super over, but after that, they have beaten the West Indies, they have beaten India comprehensively to get to the semi-finals. On the other hand, New Zealand has struggled to go to the semi-finals. They have lost a game against South Africa in the group stages, and they have lost also against England. Their bowling is not working that well, though in Sri Lankan condition, the spinners did well, but then towards the end, the tail end, Rehan Ahmed and Will Jacks scored those runs for England to win the match. And as far as New Zealand batting is concerned, it was working well when they played against the minnows and the lesser teams. But when it came down to the bigger teams, like when they played against um, South Africa, they started well, and they were around 138 in 14 overs but could not finish and got only 170 odd, which was easily chased down by South Africa. And their bowling has been struggling throughout the group league matches which was played in India, and even Canada, Yuvraj Samra scored a century against them. The teams which they will likely to feature, the South African team, we all know, will be the same team. There won't be any changes. And as far as the New Zealand team is concerned, I think Jacob Duffy will have should play, and because it will be played in India, will played in Calcutta, and the pitch will be similar to the one which we saw in against India and West Indies. So the teams of New Zealand would be Finn Allen, Tim Seifert, Rachin Ravindra, Glenn Phillips, um, Mark Chapman, Daryl Mitchell. Then number seven, they might number seven is Santner. Number eight, they might make a change. They might bring in Jimmy Nisham, or they might even go with McCogney. Number 9, 10, and 11. The three bowlers, it should be uh, Matt Henry, then Lockie Ferguson, and either Jamieson or Duffy. As far as South Africa is concerned, I said the team will remain unchanged, means that they will start with Markram and Deacock, Rickleton coming at 3, Brevis at 4, Miller at 5, Stubbs at 6, Janssen at 7, Corbin Bosch at 8, and the three bowlers, Rabada, Lunginigidi, and Keshav Maharaj. South Africa seems to be a much more balanced side, so it is unlikely that they can lose the match. However, New Zealand has got some firepower in their batting, which might work in Calcutta. We'll have to see, because it is a thing to see for the KKR fans as well, because Tim Seifert and Finn Allen will now open in Calcutta in Eden Gardens, their franchisee in IPL. So if Tim Seifert and Finn Allen gets to a great start, then New Zealand might pile up a good score. Or while bowling, if South Africa has a mini collapse at the top, in that case, you might have a score of underpass score for South Africa. As I've already mentioned in the last Indian West Indies tie, anything under 200 in Eden Gardens is a below par score. So, in case South Africa gets contained below 200, it is possible. If they lose early wickets, like what happened in Ahmedabad, if that happens, and then Santner bowls well, Rachin Ravindra bowls one decent over here and there. See, a bowler going for about 10 runs and over is not a big, it's not a bad bowling spell in Calcutta. So even if Santner goes for say 35 runs, 33, 34 runs, and Rachin Ravindra bowls for 2 overs, 1 over goes for 15 runs, but the other one he picks up a wicket and goes for a 7 or 8 and 11 run and over for 2 overs, it's a good return for a part-timer like Rachin Ravindra. So if they're able to contain South Africa in about 200 or just below it, even 203, 204, with something within 210 is not a great score in Calcutta. Now in Eden Gardens, if you score 207, 208, something below 210, and the team batting second is going to chase 210, they might even do that. And if you are kept around 190, then definitely the chasing team has a big chance. Now New Zealand has a good batting lineup, so they can and they field well. In not like India, who's be dropping catches like that. If New Zealand feels well, then they might keep South Africa in 190, and that might be a way to win this game. And if New Zealand bat first, if Seifert and Allen goes big in the first 6 overs in the power play, and they will have to contain with Jansen and Rabada, who can be expensive. However, Nigidi is bowling quite well, so if Rabada and Jansen goes for runs, in West Indies game also they went for runs. Remember that. So if they goes for runs and New Zealand pile up say about 70 plus in the first 6 overs, and then they can keep on going, and they have firepower with Glenn Phillips, Sachin Ravindra. Daryl Mitchell has been out of form, so you never know. In Calcutta, Daryl Mitchell might come good, and Santner also finished well. So somehow they can finish and get to more than 210 or around that. New Zealand will field very well, and they might just restrict South Africa within the score of 210, 215. Then they can win. Otherwise, if New Zealand bats first and scores say 200, and or if South Africa bats first and scores 220 plus, they should win the match because they have better quality in their bowling and batting. So it's likely that South Africa is going to win this match and then march into the finals. However, you cannot write out New Zealand. They will fight till the end, and they have enough quality in their cricket, in their team, to beat South Africa and make it to the finals. Let's see what happens, and we will meet before the India-England tie for the preview there. And for now, this is Arjun signing out. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.